Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Can you guys believe it's already Sunday? Sad face. You know what that means? Because that means tomorrow I got to go to work. Got to go back to work. That's what that means. So when you pop on, tell me, hey, let me know you're here. I'm going to go pop and find me live so I can throw the cart link. Turn this baby down before I start talking. You know how I like to talk on here. Hello, Miss Jackie. How are you doing tonight? Okay, here I am live. Paste. Where'd it go? Ooh, where did it go? Send. Okay. Okay, let me pin that cart link up to the top now. Hello, Miss Vicky. How are you? You're going to have a fun time tonight. I hope you guys like this as much as I think I'm going to like it. Let me find my cart link. Where's my cart link at? There's my cart link. Okay, I'm going to pin that at the very top. That's going to have all your supplies to do tonight's project. So tonight is all about gnomes. Do you like gnomes? We've got gnomes for everything, right? We had Christmas gnomes, Halloween gnomes, fall gnomes, and now we've got some springtime gnomes. So we're going to be playing around with this little bad boy today. So you get two cute little gnomes in here. This one is called Spring Gnomes. But we're going to take a little spin on them, okay? We're going to do a little spin, and we're going to do some what's the word I want to... Hello, Miss Amber. We're going to do a couple of different things tonight. So hopefully I'm going to be teaching you a lot of stuff that you have not been exposed to before. But we're also going to do a little testing. We're going to do a test run on some things as well. So, of course, on the transfer, we've got a cut line here in the middle. So we're going to cut it apart. But before we cut it apart, we're going to jump over and start working on something else. So I'm going to be putting these gnomes on a canvas, okay? So this is just like a painting canvas that you can get in your craft store, in your local department store. So that's what it looks like. Canvas, very inexpensive surface, but we're going to change this up so it looks a little better than this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. I've done a lot of projects just like this, but personally, I prefer a frame around it. And I think we can make a frame by doing a reverse canvas. Has anybody heard of a reverse canvas before? You love gnomes, and so does your oldest son. So we're going to start with we're going to deconstruct this frame to be able to utilize it the way that I want to utilize it. Okay, so let's bring you down because we got a lot to do. I'm afraid we're going to go over our 30 minutes, so we'll just see how well we do. So right here, see the staples? A lot of people, you can take a staple puller and you can pull the staples out if you want to go that route. I just take a little scalpel here. You can do a box cutter, and I'm just going to cut this apart. And I'm going to just cut on the other side of those staples. I just find this is the quickest way to do what I need to do. Now this frame happens to be a 20 by 10, a 10 by 20, depending on how you say it. So it's 10 wide and 20 long. We also have like a double-sided frame that's about this same length as well. But for what I wanted to do tonight, I just figured canvas was going to be a better option. So I put the supplies below in that first pinned comment. That's got your transfer. I put 2 squeegees in there. And then I put a whole bunch of paste singles. I put a green, I think I put a pink, a coral, a teal. And those singles are totally customizable. You know, if you want more colors, you can always add more colors. You can take some away. And I think I put a black one in there as well. So that does not include a surface. So there's no surface because, you know, we're doing it on a canvas here. But you can pick one of these up pretty much anywhere. I have a lot of different canvases and a lot of different sizes. So this is also a great way for me to get rid of some of my canvases I've got in my stash. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of cutting this frame apart. And then I kind of like to just kind of help it along. So get you some box cutters. Like I said, you can get a staple puller and pull those staples out if that's the way you want to go. People do this a couple of different ways. This is just my way. These corners are a little tricky because you've got canvas kind of going in different directions. So you're going to spend most of your time here on the corners getting it loose. So what temperature has everybody been? Did everybody get this stupid cold front coming through that we've got? Guys, it got down to 25 degrees in Florida. What in the world is that? We're not supposed to be at 25 degrees in Florida. I think I heard somebody said like snow flurries, but I mean, I think that was like right across the Florida line into Alabama. They got snow flurries. Can you believe that stuff? Like I said, these corners are a little tricky. You're going to spend most of your time getting that little corner loose. And you can tear it some, it's no big deal because we're not going to use that piece of canvas anyway. So this is what is called a reverse canvas, because we're taking the canvas and we're reversing it. We're giving a canvas a little bit of a facelift. We're going to turn this into a framed piece when I get done. So I end up having a frame on it, which I love frames. Just polishes it up a little bit. But you could do this project without doing this reverse if you want to. You had snow flurries as well? Crazy town. Yeah, yesterday I had to go out and I covered my roses. And then we planted a dogwood. Our 15-year-old Chihuahua, she passed away, so we planted a dogwood for her. My husband came up with that. He's like, let's get a dogwood for the dog. I was like, oh, how sweet. So she was starting to sprout out and look so good out there. And Chris said yesterday that we had to put something over because Latte doesn't like the cold. So she got a sleeping bag put on her last night. Actually, yesterday afternoon, not night. And tonight, I think we're supposed to get down to like 35 is what's forecast. So all my roses and everything still has covering on them. So hence I told you we may go over my 30 minutes. Hopefully not. I'm hoping not. I'm being optimistic. Oh, no way. You were at 45 to 50? Girl, you just need to come down to Florida. We'll cool you right on that. That's funny, huh? Crazy. In March. 25 in March. Of course, don't forget, we still got the stars. Facebook just started the stars. So if anyone would love to give me some stars, I haven't got any of those lovely things yet. Hello, Miss Patty. How are you tonight? We are doing a reverse canvas. So see how much faster that was until we get to the corner? And then these tricky corners. We're going to spend most of our time taking it apart. That's why on the other frame, I've already got it done. I know better than trying to do both frames. Been there, done that, wrote that book. So today, I done my first in-person workshop since COVID. How about that? In-person workshops, starting back. If I've got anybody listening that's in the Crestview, Florida area, I'm working with a local business to try to get those in-person workshops back going. Probably going to be like once a month. It's going to be starting in April. The middle toward the end of April. So do I have anybody on here that's my Crestview folks? If I have Crestview folks watching, what would be some projects you'd be interested in creating? What are some projects you would like to create? Okay, this should be my last corner. So like I said, you can take the staples out if you find that way easier. You can get a little box cutter to cut this bad boy apart. Okay, so, and this is a 10 by 20 frame here. So now he should just come apart. And then look at that wood frame we've got here. Look at this. Now it does have some staples in the corner. Now that doesn't bother me because I mean, it just adds, just having a frame on it's going to make it pretty, but it does have some little staples that does bother some people. So that's what it looks like. Now you could so stain this and it would be beautiful. We're going to paint it. We're painting it. So this is what my canvas looks like now. Okay, so I just took it apart. We're going to kind of set that aside. And then for this one, we're going to paint it teal. I'm going to paint it teal. Now we're going to use my paste. And we're going to turn my paste into paint. Paste to paint. So the way that we're going to do that is I'm going to put some of my paste in a little color tray. You can put it like in a little disposable dish. You can put it in a dish if you want to and wash it when you're done. I mean, this is non-toxic, so it's no big deal. But I'm all about easy cleanup personally. Okay, we're going to spritz it with a little bit of water. I need to bring my other spritzer out here. Like I said, I had that party today, so I still got some stuff still in the bags. I meant to get the other spritzer out. Okay, let's see if that's enough water. So you're just turning the paste into like a watery paint. And then we're going to use our paint and we're going to paint our frame. So what is it? The 13th of March. We're halfway through March. Don't forget, we've got some incredible deals going on in March. Our Chalk Couture is that cute little farmhouse style transfer. The club is $19.99 per month. You get the exclusive transfer, the paste singles delivered to your house, and then the club special for March is you can get half off the bunny transfer. So I've got it watered down. I'm going to take a little brush here. Hopefully he's watered down enough. And then we're just going to paint this bad boy. I might need to water him down. I might have to go get me some more water. Of course, I wouldn't have bottled water around here tonight. Nah. I have coffee and I have whatever that drink is. Okay, give me one split second. Let me go get some water. Hey, Cocoa Puff. Hey, Cocoa Puff. Luckily, I have a bathroom right out the door. Super close. My mister's dying, huh? Really? There. We have water. Probably too much water now. Yeah. Wanted to thin it down. I think I accomplished that, didn't I? Okay, let's see if it's too thin. I probably should have put me a barrier on the table. Granted, this is chalk, so it'll come off with water, no big deal, but still. I told you I like easy cleanup, right? All about easy cleanup. So we are just painting this frame that we took out of the canvas. So we're doing a reverse canvas. Super easy. The hardest part is really just taking it apart. Now, like I said, you can paint this, you can stain this. But since we're making cute little spring gnomes, we got to bring some springy colors in, right? So let's see. I told you about the club. I told you about half off on the cute little bunnies. Now, if you're a club member, if I have anybody that's watching that is a club member already, there's no minimum purchase required. If you're a club member, you just sign into your club account and you can go find those bunnies, throw them in your cart, and you get them for half off. That's a nice little extra deal because you normally, you know, there's normally like a minimum purchase to get the deal, but not for the bunnies. No minimum purchase for the bunnies. So once you paint this, if it's not dark enough, you can always go back over it and give it a second coat. So we're doing 2 frames. The other frame I've already taken apart. I've already painted it. Kind of speed up our time tonight. And how are we doing in our time? What time is it? Not too bad. Hopefully we've got enough teal here. The other frame I painted berry. So that's like a lilac looking color. It's very pretty. So I am painting both sides in the front. I'm not painting the back because I could care less what the back looks like. Almost done. Almost done. And we're going to get chalking. So I told you that we're trying out a couple of different ways. On the canvases with this new Creamy Dreamy paste, some designers are saying the paste is so thin that you're not getting that crisp look that we like to get with our designs. So a lot of them are putting like a barrier on their canvases using polyurethane or using Mod Podge. So I put some Mod Podge on one of the canvases. And then this other one we just took apart so it doesn't have any Mod Podge on it. So we're going to kind of compare. So that's why I said we're doing a little test. We're going to see with Mod Podge and without Mod Podge and see if there's a difference. How about that? Hello, Miss Tina. How are you tonight? Tara, not Tina. I need my font a little bit bigger. Luckily, I got my cell phone over here to the left. It was a little easier to be able to read names. Maybe I should just stick to reading them off my cell phone instead of me trying to read them up over there. Okay, have I got this thing painted? Oops, not yet. I got the inside of this. Hopefully we got enough teal here to do this. Now this does dry really super duper fast, so that's one awesome thing. At our class today, workshop, they were painting the little hearts from the Heart and Home. And then, what else were they painting? We had like a hello kit. So that one had a little painting done to it. Just kind of looking at it and seeing where I might need a second coat. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. And I'm about out of teal anyway. Okay, so we just painted that bad boy. So this is what he looks like. Remember, we took him apart. He was unfinished wood. Ooh, I missed a piece. Huh. Unfinished wood, hence right there. And then we painted him. This one we painted teal. The other one I painted berry. I'll show you that one here in just a minute once I get this one little piece I didn't do. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put him aside, let him do his drying. I'm not going to put him on the carpet. Do a quick cleanup. So we've got two different canvases, one that's got the Mod Podge on it and then one that does not. So we're going to see if it really makes a difference with you kind of treating your canvas prior to chalking. So let me show you this other frame. Here's the other frame that I already did. So this is with the berry. So that one's already done. So we've got springy colors. Now let's cut our transfer. So this is a size C transfer. It's a 12 by 18. Retails for $24.99. You can find the supplies down in that first comment. I've got the supplies listed. That's the transfer. This transfer, I put 2 mini squeegees in there and then a handful of paste singles. So I put a green, a pink, I think a coral, a teal, and those colors are totally customizable. You can go take a look at that cart link, see what colors are in there. Maybe you want to add some more colors to it. Maybe you want to take away. Oh, and I did add a black too, so there's a black in there. So here's our 2 pieces that we've cut apart. And we're going to put them on. This is the one we just took apart, okay? So this is the canvas we just took apart. So it has no Mod Podge on this bad boy. And we're going to put this little guy on here. I'm just getting it so it's flat on my table. And then we're not going to fuzz these bad boys. I really need to get this so you can see better. Maybe we'll try it this way. So no fuzzing, because this is almost like, well, it's canvas. So it's almost like a fabric kind of, sort of. No fuzzing. It's also not something that you're going to be able to take any oops off either. So it's kind of like you have to treat it like fabric. So you're one and you're done. One and done. So you want to take the same precautions like if you were doing it on a t-shirt or a tea towel. You're going to want to make sure that it's on flat. Now I'm going to use chalk. So I'm not using ink since I kind of brought up that little subject of, you know, treating it like fabric and stuff. So I'm going to use chalk. And then we got to figure out our color palette here. I think we're going to do our little person in black. We're going to do our stems in green. And then we're going to play around with our flowers. Maybe we'll do our flowers first. And then we're going to do another spin on here. Let's see what my flowers look like here so I can figure out what flowers I have where. I have some solo flowers. They're like wood flowers. And we're going to chalk them. And then we're going to glue the solo flowers on here. That's why I didn't want to use chalkboards. I don't know. I just don't like to glue on chalkboards. So I don't mind gluing on canvas. I'm going to figure out where my flowers were. What flowers I had. Okay, then we got this one. So I think this is the way I kind of had planned for them. So like I said, these are solo flowers. And then I've kind of found some colors over here that kind of went with it. So I think for this one, we're going to use berry. Try to keep my sleeves from getting in the stuff. So we're going to use berry behind this one. So just like normal, you're just going to chalk it. I'm going to chalk a little bit. I'm not just going to stop there. And so this one is the one without. So this one has no Mod Podge on it. No Mod Podge. Okay, and then this one I decided to go with Shimmer Melon. I thought that was pretty close. Not exact, but pretty close. So the shimmers, of course, have the built-in metallic flakes. And it looks like we've got some little bitty flowers on here. We can just chalk in a color. That one's the melon. And then this one, we're going to do the teal. Did I decide on the teal? Yeah, decided on the teal for this one. So this one's not exactly the same color palette because I really probably could have used Tide if I was to have a Tide or have a Tide open. Oh, yeah, I got Tide, but I don't have Tide open. And then, of course, you don't want your paste to dry in the transfer. So if you see that maybe you're going a little slower, you might can take a break and just peel it back up. Y'all know how to do the peel and the chalk and peel technique. And I think we're going to incorporate this other color. So I'm going to use this one on this other one just to tie the colors in. This is one of the new ones that we opened the other day. This is Shimmer Orchard. So we're going to do these little bitty ones just to kind of tie all these colors in between the two. Super colorful, super springy. Hopefully this one's a little darker than that berry. So we're chalking this on a canvas. And who wants a sprinkle word? Do you know anything about the sprinkle game? I think we're going to sprinkle earlier. You can go ahead and sprinkle earlier. Go ahead and hit that lovely sprinkle button. And let's sprinkle this over to your friends so they can see this coming to life in action tonight. Because I think this is just going to be the bomb diggity. I really do. I think it's going to be the bomb diggity. So let's go ahead and sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. I'm going to kind of pull that back and release it out of that transfer so it's not drying. Looks like this one didn't go all the way, so let's give it a little extra love. Okay, so we're going to do the greenery in green because this is a stalk, so he needs to be green. And then I think we're going to do the dots in black, and then we're going to bring our little fella in black. I'm just making sure my stalks are kind of down pretty good. So do the sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. What am I talking about? Do I have any new folks that do not have a clue what sprinkling means? Anybody know what sprinkling means? If you need a little help, what I mean by sprinkling. That's what I mean by sprinkling. There's certain words we can't say because the police gets you. The Facebook police will get you. And our sprinkle word tonight is going to be spring gnomes. Hashtag spring gnomes is our sprinkle word. Let's see if I can do, maybe I needed a smaller squeegee. This is one of our ChalkCon exclusive squeegees here. Check this bad boy out. I should have used it for one of these other colors, shouldn't I? So this is an exclusive squeegee. So this one is a shimmer that I'm using here. This is Shimmer Olive. I gotta get me some new greens. I think I got a new green and then someone bought it. So then I ended up with no new green. So spring gnomes is our sprinkle word. Remember, you can sprinkle once per day. More you sprinkle, the more time your name gets put in the hat. For my weekly game. Our game starts on Wednesday and it runs until the following Wednesday, so you can come back to this video replay and sprinkle every day all the way till Wednesday at 6 p.m. This game ends and then a new one begins. You can also go back to the live I did, or it would be the replay at this point, that I did on Wednesday, and you can sprinkle that one as well. The more you sprinkle, the more time your name goes into the hat. So, of course, that's going to increase your chances of being my weekly winner. Thank you, Amber. Okay, now we're going to do black for everything else. I say black for last because black can sometimes get into your other colors. Let's make sure my gnome's down. And red's notorious about that too. Red and black. They're dominating colors. Let's see what I've got that I can use with my black. I really needed some more squeegees. I'm using a mixture of pretty much small squeegees, and then this is an angled squeegee. Not that it really matters, but just so you guys know what I'm using. I think we'll do our gnome first. When you're dealing with canvas, I recommend going in one direction because sometimes it does have a tendency to move a little bit on you. So if you go in one direction, if it does move, then it's going to kind of follow the movement with you. Versus if you go different directions, then sometimes you'll be able to notice it. It's another little trick. So as you can tell, I am doing this going down. I know I'm doing my project sideways, so you can see what I'm doing here. So this canvas is a 10 by 20. It's just a painter's canvas. We deconstructed it and we took the wood that's in behind the canvas out, and we're going to make a frame with that. So then we're going to end up with a framed piece when we get done. So I'm kind of holding on to my transfer to make sure it doesn't move on me. I do that all the time with fabric. Where's my lid at? That goes with my black. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we still got these little guys. Don't want to do it with that one. Or I think I'm going to grab a detail tool. Just because it's longer and smaller. Just to knock out these. And you could do these dots in any color. We could have picked any of the pretty springy colors and done them dots. So it's strictly what you want. What you want. That's just what I wanted. This is what I did. Okay, let's fill this bad boy up and let's see what we look like. Y'all ready? Thank you, Emily. Okay. Now this is the canvas that we didn't treat. So this one just came apart. Or we cut it apart. So let's see. So down here at the bottom, close to the feet, you can see a little bit of bleeding. That's what everyone's been saying with this new Creamy Dreamy on, because, you know, canvas is, it's got a little bit of texture to it. So can you see a little bit of the bleeding down there? It's not bad. It's not crazy bad. But if you're like very critical, I guess is the word, you can see how the little feet are not crisp and clear down there. Okay, so that's what it looks like on a canvas that's not treated. Still pretty, very nice. You may not have even noticed that if I didn't bring you up really close for a mag. Okay, we're gonna let that bad boy dry. So that one's gonna dry, because we also, tonight, we're doing a little test with our canvases. The other canvas, I actually put a layer of Mod Podge on it. So we're gonna compare and see if it's worth that extra step. Figure out a place to put this bad boy so he's flat. Okay, so over here is my other piece of canvas. Now this one I put, I think, 1, maybe 2 layers of Mod Podge, just to give us a barrier. So we're going to see if it bleeds less apt to bleed with this one with a little bit of treatment on our canvas. Okay, so here is our other little gnome. These are spring gnomes. So when I deal with canvas, I never fuzz, so no fuzzing. You do need to be, I don't know if I've ever put Mod Podge on a canvas before. So the first time I done it, I don't know if my paintbrush was still a little dirty or what, but I found I was getting like some hairs in here. So make sure you got a clean, preferably unused paintbrush. I went to a sponge one, but the sponge one didn't work out very good, so don't do that. But if you reuse paintbrush, you just might want to pay attention when you're putting your Mod Podge down and make sure you're not getting any hairs or anything out of your paintbrush. Just a tidbit for you. Okay, so for this one, we've got this flower. It's going to go here. And then this flower is going to go here. So this one we're going to do eucalyptus, because I think that one was the closest to that color. And then these are just solo wood flowers that I have that we're going to glue onto here when we're done. Hence the reason I'm using canvas. I don't mind glue into canvas. I just have a problem gluing to chalk, my chalkboards. I don't know why I do, but I do. I just have a problem gluing to my chalkboards. So when I want to do some gluing, I just I bring out the canvas. Let's see, where's my... This one's a really pretty color. This is Shimmer Orchard. This is one of our new colors. So it says shimmer. It's got those built-in metallic flakes. Super pretty, super springy. I think we may throw in one extra one down here. That should take care of that color. So you want to try to close your jars when you're done with them so that they're less apt to dry out on you. And let's see, eucalyptus is an old color, so I definitely want to move a little on the faster side than the slower side because I don't want that to dry on me. And I think we'll do this berry for this other one. Okay, let's go ahead and peel this back to make sure it doesn't dry. Do we want to color this a different color? Maybe so. I don't know if that's a flower or what that thing is. Let's give it a little teal. Okay, I think the rest of this is leaves. So we're just going to peel this back, release that. Paste. Because I know eucalyptus is an old color, so that's my old formula. So the old formula was notorious on drying really quick. I didn't want that to dry. So we're going to have to press back the greenery part. And go ahead and close up this teal. How are we doing in my time? Woo, we are over. I knew I wasn't going to get this done in 30 minutes. Too many pieces and parts tonight. Okay, let's go back to our green that we've deconstructed. A canvas. We painted one of the canvas frames. Now we're chalking. We've got to put it together. And then we got to glue our flowers on here. It's going to be super pretty. So I did put the supplies in the very first comment. It's pinned to the top. It's got the transfer. It's got two mini squeegees. And then I put a handful of paste singles in there. Doesn't have a surface. Now you could so add like a box frame. Would work perfectly with this. Or you could go grab you some canvases like I did to make this. So this is a 10 by 20 is the measurement. Okay, we've got our green done. This one happens to be Shimmer Olive. Don't even know if that color is even still available. It came out in the fall. Let's see if we can knock out this black really quick. Where's my big black? And yeah, now you could do your people any color you wanted to. On canvas, I like to hold on, especially on these bigger pieces like this. I'm holding on to my canvas to make sure it doesn't move any. I like to chalk in one direction like I do when I'm inking. I'm holding it down and I'm going in one direction. Whatever direction you decide to go in, that's the direction you're going to work your project in. If for some reason it does slip a little bit, you're not going to really notice it. So we talked about the club, and I told you about the half off bunny transfer. I do have one set of bunny cutouts. Do y'all remember the bunny cutouts? It's like one of our shapes, but it's in the shape of a bunny. It comes 2 to a pack. Chalk has already sold out of them, but I do have one bunny cutout left. So if you want that, then you can put in the comments bunny cutout or send me a message. Granted, I only have one. Okay, we ready for peel and reveal? You want to kind of be attention to your fingers because this is kind of like cloth. You don't want to transfer that color onto your canvas. This one is the canvas that I used the Mod Podge on, so we've got a little bit of a barrier. Let's see if our images are a little crisper. Okay, she does look better. She's not as bleed. She didn't bleed through as much as the guy did. Plug in my glue gun. I meant to get my Home Depot one and bring in here, but I didn't. Okay. So this is what this one looks like. So see, she has a little bit of bleeding down at the feet, but I think she is a little crisper and cleaner than the guy turned out. What do you think? Do you think she came out cleaner? Do you think it's worth that extra step or not so much? So this one has the Mod Podge on it. Can you see the Mod Podge a little bit? Kind of glowing a little bit there. So here's the flowers. Okay, so we're going to let this one dry. Close up the rest of our colors. You think she looks crisper? She did look a little crisper. The feet on the other one ran a little bit, so I think you could tell they're running on the feet a little bit better. Okay, let's see where our first one is at. There it is. Okay, so this one's our first one. Let's see if it's dry or if it needs a little help. Yeah, he's still wet. So let's give him a little help. Okay, so let's figure out what frame we're going to do with what. Let's figure out our flowers first, maybe, because that may make the difference. This one's going to have this one, and this one, and this one. So the other one's going to have the big eucalyptus color. So we may not want that one with the teal because that's going to be like teal overload. So maybe we should do the teal one over here. So this is the one that we did. So we're not going to glue the flowers on quite yet. Okay, so remember we done a reverse canvas. We took the canvas apart and now we're putting it back together. So you're going to figure out where you want to center it. So figure out your centering. And then you could do this part two different ways. You could do a staple gun, or you could do like some gluing if you want to glue it. Well, yeah, that worked out perfect, didn't it? Between the blue for the boy and pink for the girl. Didn't even realize that. I'm glad we done it that way. What'd I do with my staple gun? If I was a staple gun, where would I be? Okay, staple gun. We're going to staple gun this bad boy. So just start in the corner. Sorry for the noise. You want to kind of stretch your canvas. A little noisy. Sorry. Okay, and then as I'm kind of working it, now since I've got that side done, I'm going to kind of stretch it. course, you want to staple on the wood. Just make sure you're pulling it tight. And you're going to have material left over, and that's fine because you're going to come back and you're going to trim it. So don't let that worry you. Okay, so we've got it stapled. So this is kind of like what we look like. Super cute, isn't he? Oh, he's so cute. Okay, then you're going to take your little box cutter. Going to come back and you're just going to trim it. So has anybody made a reverse canvas before, or is this your first time watching a reverse canvas? So we are full of fun stuff today. We got reverse canvas going on. We're testing out the Mod Podge with Mod Podge, without Mod Podge, figure out if it's worth that extra step or not. Whoa, Nelly. So let's see what else you need to know. So we've already talked about the club. We also have a fantastic deal going on. If you've been kind of thinking about becoming a designer, you do get a free added bonus during the month of March in our $99 designer kit. So with that designer kit, it's $99, but you get normally it's $250 for the product in that designer kit to kind of get you going on starting your business. Month of March, you're getting an extra $25 put in it with the bird. You get the 2-pack of cute little birds that we played around with. And you also get the bird transfer. So that's a value of $25 retail. So that's going to make your business kit valued at like $275, $270, somewhere in there, that you're getting for $99. That's a pretty awesome deal. That's only good for March. Of course, we also have just a $99 designer kit. So that one is great for those that maybe don't like what comes in the kit, or it's not geared at what they need to do with their business. So we do have a $19 kit that just gets you pretty much feet in the door, and then I can help you and we can customize your designer kit the way that you want it and put together. Of course, you're not going to get the free birds in that one, but you can add the birds in there and do it your own way. Okay, so here is this one. Let's bring you up so you can see what it looks like just now. So we've done the reverse canvas. This is teal that we put on the outside of our wood. He is so cute. Isn't he cute? You could stop right there. Now we're going to add flowers. So let's add some flowers. So for this one, these are the little wood flowers that I have, the solo flowers. We're just going to hot glue those. This is the reason I did canvas. So I have just a problem hot gluing on my frames. Just a Becky thing, but you know, I can hot glue on canvas all day long and I have no problem with hot gluing on canvas. So Solo Flowers runs deals at times if you haven't looked into them. They were running a pretty good deal yesterday because they sent me a little email and I kind of looked at them going, do I need more Solo Flowers? Okay, so there we go. And then if you kind of turn it, you can see how we've got that other color underneath it to give it some little added dimension. Can't really see that one. But there we go. So now we've got it a little 3D effect. Isn't he super, super cute? Love him. Okay, so this is the first one. Let's see if our girl is dried. So this is the one that has the Mod Podge on it. So let's see. Yep, she's same thing with her. So she's still a little tacky too. So we're going to have to help her out like we did him. Tonight looks like it's going to be an hour-long live tonight. Sorry about that, but you know what? We covered a lot of awesome material tonight. I have taught you loads and loads of things. You know, how to do reverse canvas, how to bend down our paste into paint to paint. And then we're putting back this bad boy back together, and we kind of played around with just using a canvas and then putting Mod Podge on the canvas to see if it makes a difference on the sharpness with our paste. With that new paste formula, it's a little thinner than it used to be, so, you know, coming out with different ways to make things work. Okay, so let's staple this bad boy again. Oops, I think he moved. Get him centered again, or get her centered again. Staple her down. And hopefully I don't run out of staples. Sorry, that's super loud in your ear. Okay, on this side is when I start working on stretching that canvas. Make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure you're stapling on the wood. Like I said, you probably could hot glue it if you don't have a staple gun. Oh, did we just run out? Of course we just ran out. Of course we just ran out. Debating on if I was just going to try to cut it, but you know what, the staples are just right there, so it's not like I have to go very far. Probably take me longer figuring out how to put them back in this glue gun. Let's see, I think I have to go. Told you. Always takes me time. Okay, we're not going to deal with this. Who else struggles with tools? Am I the only one that struggles with tools? I think the last time I done this, I had to Google it. Okay, we're just not going to worry with that. Let's just glue this bad boy. See if I can tear off the ones I don't like. Who else struggles with tools? And I know it's super easy. Every time I have to change that thing out, it's like, ah. But, you know, we've been doing this for an hour, so I don't want to keep you guys. So our sprinkle word tonight is spring gnomes. If you'd be gracious enough to hit that sprinkle button. If I have any Crestview folks watching, I'm also finalizing, starting doing in-person workshops again once a month here in Crestview. Looks like it's going to be like toward the end part of April. What would be a project you would like to create? Kind of give me an idea of what you would like to create. Okay, I think we're just going to cut from here. Don't really want to cut that out yet until I staple it really tight. So we kind of have it done, but not really. You kind of get the concept. Okay, so we got to hot glue our flowers on here. That's just really ugly. That's going to drive me crazy. Just having to cut it on the long side, so I've got plenty of wood here to glue to when I get my staple gun reloaded. Okay, there. Now he looks better. She looks better, right? Okay, so we've got two. Now this is the one that we use the Mod Podge on. So you see she's a little crisper. I don't think you really could tell with the flowers. I couldn't tell with the flowers anything about the crispness or not. So we're going to put our wood little solo flowers here. And then we've got one more. This one right here was really hard finding a flower for it, because it's like a half one. So this was about as good as I could get for that one. I wonder, we just glue it. I told you guys about gluing anyway. Let's just glue it. Of course, I lost my flower. How's our time doing? I had one of the my hostess at my in-person workshop tonight. It's like, how long are your lives? I was like, I always shoot for 30 minutes. And I was like, but tonight, I think it's probably going to take longer, because I knew what all I was going to do tonight. Okay, so we hot glued that bottom part. Now let me get my flower that came off. Put it back on there. Okay. Let's see how we look. So we've got this one. And then we have this one. So what do you think? are our spring gnomes. Of course, the girl's the one that's got the Mod Podge. So we were trying out to see if it kind of cleaned up our image. And then the boy does not have the Mod Podge on the canvas. Okay, our share word tonight is spring gnomes, hashtag spring gnomes. You can share once per day. Contest ends on Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So come back and share, sprinkle every day. Go take a look at Wednesday night's live that we did, and then you can sprinkle that one as well. They turn out super cute. Amber, I am so sorry this took so long, girl. Thank you for sticking with me for this really long live tonight. I hope it was beneficial and it taught you lots and lots and lots of wonderful goodness that you can do. Okay, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys later.